Hello, this is Teardown. It's a brand new game that just came out a couple days ago. That's super cool and I wanted to show it to you. So let's go ahead and get started. So Teardown has two primary modes. One is the campaign, where you go around trying to complete tasks, and the other is Sandbox mode, where you can just mess around with the cool destruction physics that Teardown offers. So I'll go ahead and start the campaign, and we'll show you that first, and then we'll show you the Sandbox mode. So the first thing we've got to do is get through this gate here. So you see we can't just open it, or I'm just going to go ahead and use the blowtorch to blow a hole right in through this. Now, in this mission, there are 3 objectives. We have to get all 3 objectives and get back to the escape vehicle within 60 seconds. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to have to prep our path to get to these places. Up here is our first target. This target is attached to this alarm box. We cannot remove the alarm box or pick up the target without setting off the alarm. Once we set off the alarm, we only have 60 seconds. So we want to make sure that we can get all 3 objectives within 60 seconds of picking up the first target. I'm going to go ahead and break this window. We need to cross this roof, go across, get here, and then come in here through this window. As you'll notice, we have limited supplies here. I'm going to put a plank here so I can walk across, but I only have 16 planks, 15 now. So you want to be careful. If you mess up too much, you'll run out of supplies and you'll have to restart the mission. I do have more supplies here than you would at this particular mission because I played longer, but I'm really just trying to show you how the missions work. So this is the second target, same setup, same alarm. So we do need to make sure that we can get to all of them within that 60 seconds. Now here's one of the big issues with this map is that we have to cross this river here and get into this building. Immediately there's no obvious sign, but there is a truck right here that we can use. By using the truck to make a makeshift bridge across, we can get over to this thing. This is one of the big gameplay elements of this game, is you're going to be doing stuff like this to get to objectives within the time frame needed. Finally, here's our last objective. But now we have to actually get back to the escape vehicle, which is over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a bomb to blow up this metal grate here. Let's get back. That hole isn't quite large enough. I mean, I'll fit, but I want it a little bigger because we're in a rush. There we go. Then we can just run back here and leave. So we'll go ahead and just complete the mission. Now before I pick up the objective, I am going to save my game really quick. And the reason you want to do a quick save is that if you fail the objective before, you'll still have all your setup ready. Once we start, it'll be pretty quick, so. Moving quickly is important, because once that timer hits 0, we are done, we lose. this point, we're pretty much home free. Just hop in the escape vehicle and leave. Now, one really cool thing is that this game actually shows you the path you take and kind of how efficient you were at getting to. And it's a really cool feature that records this stuff. I really like it. Now, Teardown also offers a sandbox mode. The sandbox mode has no objectives. There's nothing to do, but you can play around and learn the game's mechanics, which are very interesting. I didn't cover this while we were doing the campaign, but the game has really neat mechanics. For example, one thing you may notice is the lighting. This game uses ray tracing. Now, a lot of you may think, oh, my computer won't handle that, but the way the developer of the game has made it, this game will run on computers that aren't normally capable of ray tracing. For example, I'm using a GeForce GTX 960, which is well below the levels of most RTX games, usually requiring a GeForce RTX card. And you can see the ray tracing in the puddles and on my hammer here as I move it around a bit, and on the side of this truck. But it really gives this game a neat aesthetic. Second main mechanic that the game offers is really good physics. Now, this you'll see somewhat in the campaign mode, but I'll show you that really quick. Around the corner here. So, first of all, we can see the damage it did to the truck. But more importantly, we can see the damage the truck did to the house. And this is super accurate. This was totally what I would expect if I drove a truck into my house. And seeing this in a video game like this is amazing, because it is all destructible. Everything. I mean, oh, we even brought something out from the house. One part of the house can seem completely fine, and another part is wrecked, which is super realistic and awesome. Also, this sounds really cool. And I mean, you can take this to the extreme. Now, one thing that's also super cool about this game is its driving physics. The way the vehicles drive around is super realistic, and it's really nice to see in a game like this. You can drift and stuff too if you use the handbrakes. Now, personally, one of my favorite features in this game is its fire simulation. So if I just come over here and start using my blowtorch on some of these wooden surfaces here, pretty quickly we'll start a fire. And this fire will just grow and eventually consume this entire house. And it grows pretty quickly too. The smoke also bounces around pretty realistically, although I do wish that the developer would make the smoke last a little longer so it could actually like fill the house, but I suspect that that's a problem that computers just wouldn't be able to handle. Now, as this fire spreads, things will start to eventually fall apart and fall down, which also gives that feeling of you being in a building. You'll start to crumble and fall to the ground as they get destroyed by the fire, which is totally realistic. I really like seeing the just parts crumbling as the stuff above is burning up. On the second floor, we can start to see this fire spreading really quickly too, as it destroys and burns out huge parts of the building. And this fire will just spread until the building eventually burns down, unless something is done to put it out. So if we come out here, we can see it's already big. I grab my we can try to put this out, but I don't know if it'll be... might already be a little too big. The foam effect the fire extinguisher gives off is also super cool as well. Yeah, as you can see, this fire is already kind of beyond my control. Even my best efforts to... Yeah, you see all that death fall, that was super cool. That's the sort of stuff I'm talking about with the building crumbling and stuff. There's another one. But, I mean, this fire extinguisher, it's already big enough that you really can't put it out. You probably could if you really wanted to, but it's kind of hard. We also can mess with explosives, so we can just throw some bombs in here and cause some explosions. And in case you're wondering if the game limits you on how many bombs you can use, you can. It does in the campaign mode, but in Sandbox mode, there's no limit. Ow. That hurt. The game also kind of does have physics, so if I knock down this last supporting beam here, this object will fall around. We can actually drag this around too if it's late enough. And this deck will burn too, which is super cool as well. Now, normally all of these mechanics would be used for getting to objectives faster, but I do really like the mechanics overall, and the way he's implemented them are amazing. And there's some other fun stuff we can do, like this. Not fire. And I mean, this is exactly what I'd expect if something just ran through these houses here. Oh, and I really like this, how this, how the building really looks like it's sunk, kind of. The game also does have some weapons, so for example we have a gun, just a little pistol that does some minor damage, and a shotgun for some larger damage. There are also explosives that can be stored around the map. I don't think this map has any in it by default. Maybe on the other side of the map, but well, this is Teardown. It's a super cool game. It's still in early access, and I know it put some people off, but this is a really awesome game, and I highly recommend it. The the physics in it and the graphics are just amazing. And it's really impressive what the developer's been able to pull off with this game. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.